Hello folks, LA Little here with TA Today, and I'm going to go back over uranium. I've got some comments asking about SPUT versus just the stocks. I highlighted the 3 best stocks in the last video I did on uranium, NXE, CCJ, and quadruple U. Each of those have done fantastic, but SPUT has done great too, and that was one of the questions, is like, what about it? And should you be trading it versus trading the stocks? Well, let's look at that. Let's look at it and see what it means. So if I pop over here, let's go to the uranium watch list. And let's just start with the SPUT. So question is like, should you be invested in the SPUT or should you be invested in the stocks, or should you be in both? Personally, most of my money's here. And I've pointed that out before. And the reason for it is I think there's less risk, not as much reward, but a lot less risk. So you can hold a lot more size if you want to. And what we saw is a nice pickup here the last 3 days, and just got sort of a topping pattern here. I'm doing this on 1/16 after the close. It got a bit of a topping pattern right here on U-UN or U.UN, depending on what service you use, which says that we could get a little bit of a retrace coming into next week. Now, notice there's a lot of good things on these charts. I'll blow them up one by one, and we'll look at them. Here's the monthly, and what do you got here? You got a breakout. You're over the bullish swing point high, right? Which says that you're going to target the next one, which is up here around 33. I believe it's 33 plus, almost 34. Which is where we left off the last time. And then if you remember, long decline, right? And now you're doing the push right back the other way. And my suspicion is it's going to go to new highs. How long is it going to take to get there? What's the path? That's always the question. But the great thing about it is you've got enough distance here now that more than likely this breakout is going to stick by the end of the month, because we're only talking, at this point, we're only talking, what, a couple weeks more trading. So, it's possible it could pull back and you don't quite get the retrace, get the breakout. But even if it does, folks, look at this. You've got a swing point high here. Take your volume on that swing point high and compare it to what you have now. No comparison. They're hitting this, they're hitting it with volume. So even if you pull back, they're going to buy it again, right? You got a lot of volume here, and you got your breakout volume there. So I like SPUT. I like the way it looks. The setup's great. Whether you're playing it or whether you're playing the SRUUF, right, you've got about the same. The only difference between these is this one's a little bit more speculative because it trades on the over-the-counters. But if you look at it, you've got the same sort of situation. Now, when you're looking at these, you really want to look at the Toronto-based, because there your volumes are going to make more sense than they do here. Even though your volume here, you've got greater volume, and you've got greater volume on that push, in these areas here. But still, I would prefer to look at the Toronto. You always look at your base, or don't look at a derivative. And so this is a derivative, right? It trades off the other one. As far as the setup, it's great. And the other difference that you have here, of course, is currency. If you're in the U.S. and you're trading this, and you're using the U.S. currency, right? If currency is weak versus if it's strong, then you get a different effect, and one can be better than the other. Here's your breakout on the weekly. And if you look at it as well on the daily, you've got a breakout as well. So, line it up, folks. Breakout, breakout, and this is going to be a breakout as well, it looks like, on the monthly. So you've got breakouts on all time frames. You do have some left-hand side resistance, though, and so that becomes the constraining factor on SPUT. If you look at it over on your MTTFs, they're not stretched at all, which is exactly what you want to see, right? You want to see this thing have the ability to go a lot farther. If you look at your targets, they're all bullish, and they're all, well, actually 2 of the 3 are in play already. There's 1 to 24 basically, and then you've got 1 to 35. And so, you know, I'm looking for the 35 number before this is over. You know, the 23, 24, then the 26, maybe some sort of a pause when you get to those areas. If we go back to the UUN and look at the numbers there, the only one you have is 38, 35. Now, a couple others will probably set up. Let me see. Well, actually, they've already played out when I look at them. And so, you know, you just got a long way to go here. Nothing wrong over here either. I love the way these are set up. So as far as the SPUT itself, looks great. If we go and look at the stocks that I mentioned, CCJ, you know, I said, hey, this is like, you know, if you got to own one, this is the one you ought to own, just because it's the go-to guy. So all the institutions are going to buy it. You can see it's breaking out here. You're going to get a breakout this weekend. You've got new highs on your monthly, and you got a breakout here. So nothing wrong here. This thing can go higher. If I look at the, I'll look at the other one that I looked at previously, which is UUUU. Got a tremendous run here, up 21% this week. I believe I highlighted these over the weekend, or maybe it was Monday morning in the last video. So tremendous gain this week in UUUU. And then the other one I inference was NXE, which was breaking out on all time frames as well, and has the extension now. So folks, you can't hardly go wrong here, up 30% this month alone. If we go to some of the other names like UEC, nice big run, 21% this week, breaking out, new highs, breakout on the daily. You catch the pattern here? It's the same everywhere. Breakout, breakout, breakout. No, you know, and nothing holding them back. Even go to some of the smaller names; they're getting close to breakouts. UROY royalty, nothing wrong with it in terms of your MTTFs. You got a bunch of signals, ABCDs to show you higher. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, that's the main ones. We can look at BNNF, and that one's almost at a new high. So I like the way these are set up. I think they're going to extend farther. I don't think the run's done. I think you could get a little bit of softness next week after this big run, but then it's probably going to just take off again. So if you're looking to play this sector, look for any kind of a retrace to buy into, and look for the next video. I'll do nuclear next. All right, have a great one. Take care. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the alert button. Take care.